Before we start with the Reiner Fuellmich case, can you tell us a few words about Assange case?
Yes, the Assange case is, of course, the big example case of when somebody gets a platform that is very influential, that the governments don't like, they'll try anything to break it. That is my conclusion, after having followed the case. And they went as far as to construct a rape case against two women, an act that never took place. I mean, the rape never took place, but it's why I see very many parallels with the case of Assange, but also, smaller cases where people have a platform and it gets debunked and they get framed in a specific way. With Assange, it was a sexual smearing that they made up. With Reiner, it's a financial one, and a financial one is, of course, easier. They use it a lot more, as you see with Jacques Baud, the Swiss colonel who has now been silenced and his bank accounts are being blocked. So I thought it was a very interesting case, but the Assange case was a proper extradition case. And of course, with Reiner Fuellmich, that case never took place. But we'll get on to that.
Okay, we need to explain to our audience what really happened. Some of them already know Mr. Fuellmich, but let's explain what was his role during pandemic and why this case is especially politically very sensitive.
Well, we all know that when Corona started being propagated, it was a difficult time for anybody who tried to get another side of the story. And Reiner, having taken on the establishment already in another case, like the Deutsche Bank or with Volkswagen to a lesser extent, he already knew that things weren't as they were. So he suspected with the Corona pandemic story that there was a lot more to it that we weren't told. His role was threefold. He started a platform. It wasn't like WikiLeaks, but it is comparable to WikiLeaks in the sense that it provided information we couldn't get anywhere else easily. And he took on a political role in 2021. He ran for the parliament, and the party that was started, the Basis, it's called, they gained a huge amount of followers in a few weeks. And his chances for getting a seat in parliament grew tremendously. So that was, I think, my interpretation, a real big threat to the authorities, because then he wouldn't only have his platform Corona Investigative Committee, but he would also have a huge platform as a member of parliament in parliament. And another one is that he started looking around the world to start a class action suit against the Corona measures, and in particular the PCR test that he saw as the basis of this whole narrative. If we hadn't had the PCR test, they could never have generated all the numbers and all the scare around the amount of illnesses. So it's three things, and I think the tipping point was his political impending success. He had to be stopped, I think. But it's a speculation, of course.